Hey guys, welcome back to the Bat Cave. For many of you who know, um, this past week has been really hard to deal with personally. Um, a lot of anniversaries that aren't the best. The 26th was the first year without my best friend. And yesterday, the 29th, was for 15 years. Wow, I just did the math on that. 15 years without my grandmother. So, with that, it kind of segues into today's topic, which some might question, like the correlation. But today's topic is Halloween. Now, for me, Halloween hasn't just been about dressing up and going trick-or-treating and things like that. Halloween for me has been more of like an escape. Being someone that's a little off-centered, even in style of clothes and actions and mindset, Halloween has been an escape. And I'm sure there's a lot of us out there that feel the same way. You get to dress and act and behave like your normal self, and people think you're just putting on a show because it's Halloween. And so for one night a year, we're seen as normal. And unfortunately, it's still the same way. But the reason why these anniversaries and Halloween tie in so much together is because for many people in different religions, Halloween is a time of remembrance. For a long time, Christianity adopted Halloween as a way for remembering all of those that have passed before us and a celebration of the saints. Now, if you're not Catholic, because a lot of other Christian denominations don't do saints, they still do All Souls Day. So, like, for my friend's family on November 1st, it was All Souls Day, and they were able to go up during Mass and light a candle for those who have passed before us. So my friend's mother was able to light a candle for my best friend. And even in some Hispanic countries, they do Dia de los Muertos, which typically runs November 1st and 2nd. And it's a day for remembering their family and their loved ones who have passed in recent years or even distant years. I know a lot of my friends that have Mexican heritage, they set up an altar with food and pictures, and I believe they're orange marigolds. Don't quote me on that. I know that they're orange, but it signifies them being able to cross the barrier to be with us and to like celebrate with us. And the food is supposed to be like their favorite dishes. And if you don't have friends with Mexican heritage, I know it's a horrible example and I'll probably get crucified for it. But go watch the movie Coco. I can already feel people yelling at me. It is the lightest example that I can think of for people to understand this concept. But yeah, so Halloween is supposedly a day where the barrier between the living and the dead is kind of like thinner. And so that's why, like, way back in the day, like the 1800s, people put like garlic in their door frames. And like the costumes, if you've ever seen pictures of like 18th and 19th century costumes, they're horrifying. Like, scarier than Pennywise, horrifying. And the reason that people dressed up this way in these like scary, like ragdoll like costumes is because they were supposed to scare off the evil beings and evil presences of these spirits that would come across the barrier and wreak havoc on the living world. Like, Halloween is one of those religious holidays that has so much history and so much like there's just so much to it. Like, recently was the first day of fall. Now, I know in certain religions like paganism, Wicca, people who practice magic, the fall equinox signifies like harvest time. And even to this day, farmers, like, that's their cue. And like there's still today world's like practices that tie in from pagan traditions. I mean, if you look at even Norse mythology and things like that, if you look at the practices that were done throughout the years, I mean, people who, like Norse people, were one of the greatest farmers in history. Like, the Viking era, they're known more so for like their pillaging and like their conquered lands and things like that. But the everyday people of that time period were farmers. So, I mean, but so here's my thing, my biggest dig when it comes to Halloween is recently a lot of people have been trying to change the day of Halloween, which to me doesn't make sense, moving a religious holiday. And they want to do it, and I understand their reasoning for it. They want to move it to the last Saturday of the month. I get why. But here's my compromise. just like a lot of other holidays that have like observances, do that for trick-or-treating. You want to move trick-or-treating to the last Saturday or Sunday of the month? I am all for it. Keep our kids safe. Let them trick-or-treat during the daylight. When people are home to hand out candy, like, that's fine. I'm all for that. I'm a parent. I hate when I have to take my kid out and he wants to stay out, but it's dark out. It's just a pain in the butt. You have to watch out for cars. Like, sure, you can give them a glow stick, but that's not going to stop a vehicle. It's like, I understand that. Change trick-or-treating. Go for it. I don't care. But you can't change a religious holiday. If people do that, why aren't they up in arms about changing Christmas to the last Sunday of December? Oh, but that's the day that Jesus was born. Bullshit. I'm a history buff. I was a history major. Jesus was not born in December. He was born whenever. But it wasn't December. Come at me. Come at me with the backlash. I don't give a damn. But you can't do that. Change your trick-or-treating. But don't change my holiday. Especially since Halloween being October 31st is the reason that All Souls or Saints Day is November 1st, which is why it coincides with Dia de los Muertos and a bunch of other holidays that celebrate saints and are deceased and things like that. I will happily pass out candy the last Saturday of October, but I will be damn sure and be celebrating my religious holiday, my favorite holiday of the year, on October 31st. And another thing with trick-or-treating. Stop bashing high schoolers from coming to my house and getting candy. As long as you are in a costume and you are under the age of 18, I don't give a damn. Come to my house. Get your free candy. Make sure you have a costume. I would rather you getting my free candy than trashing my car, egging somebody's house, putting toilet paper all up in their tree. I'm not having that. I am not having no juvenile delinquents fuck with my shit when all they have to do is come to my house and get free candy. I don't know this bullshit trying to pull, oh, you're 13 now. You can't trick-or-treat anymore. Bullshit. 8th graders are allowed to go and get free candy. My niece just turned 13. She is in the 8th grade. Fuck you and your nonsense. Let them get the candy. Let them have fun while they can. All right. That went a little too far. Ranty side. I don't care. Anyways. So, I probably will have more on this in the coming month because October is amazing. But it is time for me to get all of the shit off my face that makes me decent looking for your eyeballs. And I really want to drink my Baja Blast that I have sitting right next to me. And it's really awkward. I am not sponsored by Mountain Dew, but I do drink a shit ton of it. So if Mountain Dew wants to give me a shout out and fucking send me some caffeine in a can, I'd be more than happy with that. But anyways, so I will be signing out. Goodbye from the Bat Cave. I will see you next time.